There's a thing. A decrepit-looking boiler. Doesn't seem very safe.
Yeah, doesn't seem very safe. I feel like we should leave it, but also, what are you going to find inside other than another human hand?
YOLO!
Adventures of Ryace.
Some nice blinnies. Ikara. And here comes the madness.
The Earth is adrift in a mysterious and limitless cosmos to which mankind is as ignorant as it is insignificant.
That's a title screen if I've ever seen
Those
one.
who have left a humanity far behind whisper of the great old ones. Gods, titans, and monsters that comprise and control the very fabric of our malignant reality. In their wake there is only insanity and death. This is why the stories of the rare few to stand against them go untold.
Oh yeah. Forgot you can theoretically unlock characters. I have unlocked one of them. Oh yeah, so we're playing today Lovecraft's Untold Stories. I'm Ace the Supervillain.
And I am Ryan. After a mild hiatus, I am back.
Yes, or a month or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's been about 3 weeks.
I think it's been longer than that.
That probably checks out.
We're gonna do new story. See what happens if you do. Oh, there he is. He has a teddy bear. He's a book. He has a really good book. Okay, we'll do normal.
That makes the most sense.
So this is for novice story collectors who have played similar games and who would like to prevent the great old ones from winning despite all their horrors. We're gonna play as Detective John Murphy. A hard-bitten private eye, Murphy hails from New Orleans Police Department, where he served under the celebrated Inspector Ryace. Murphy is tough, straight-talking, and has a keen eye for facts and targets. Ryace had a profound effect on Murphy. It wasn't just the art of detection Murphy learned from the old man. In Ryace, he found the father figure he'd always lacked. When Ryace returned from St. Louis pale and withdrawn, after attending, of all things, the American Archaeological Society annual meeting and suddenly retired. Not sure I followed that sentence. Anyways, it so rocked Murphy that he also handed in his notice. Unwilling to work under anyone else, Murphy set up his own PI firm. On his desk, Detective Murphy keeps the exquisitely crafted Gorgon statue that Ryace left him as a parting gift.
Alrighty. So
there are other characters. I've unlocked that guy and nobody else yet. But I like Murphy, and he's obviously the quintessential Lovecraftian hero.
Of course.
Although, so you mentioned you're a fan of Lovecraft. I'm a fan of Lovecraft. His writings, obviously not some of his other opinions.
Yeah, I would say I don't like any of his other opinions, but his art is quite good.
Yes. His protagonists are all over the place. Like, Call of Cthulhu has a detective, and like that's the only one. Because I feel like
I agree 100%. He doesn't follow a blueprint when it comes to his stories.
And like, and just to like, I don't know, really go off on a rant immediately. Like, he doesn't even like, they're so, and a lot of times they're so like nothing that like when I read Lovecraft stories, like just to like, I assume that it's always supposed to be him that you're thinking of as the narrator, but like like in most of them, like I can just fill that in with like someone of any race or gender, and it really doesn't matter to the overall story, you know?
No, for sure.
Like,
it's definitely his writings were a lot more liberal on who gets to be the hero than his personal opinions.
Yeah, and I don't even know that he was doing it on purpose. Like, I think he just it's about fear, and it's about a kind of fear that everybody has of being, insignificant, that nothing matters, Anyways, Lovecraft stories are good. You should read them. Just don't read any of his political essays. Audience.
Yeah, I kind of almost assumed that the hard difficulty for this was just going to be him holding his cat, not a scary book.
Aha! Don't talk. Yes, this is. Remember, YouTube really doesn't like to get controversial, so don't talk about his cat.
Also, don't Google it.
Yeah. So we'll start at the beginning. You retire out of the blue. There's no contracts for months, and then just a telegram reading: Murphy, stop. Chateau Hill, Massachusetts, stop. Bring gun, stop. Urgent help needed, stop. Bayou cult, stop. Why do you gotta keep stopping? Just go. Well, I'm here for you, Legrassi.
I know it's a telegram, but I thought they cut the stop out whenever they did like messages, typically.
Yeah, like they wrote the period on it. Like,
yes, so like it has the stop already. You don't even know it. Okay.
Yeah, if you at home do telegrams, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I am actually kind of curious. Do you write out stop with your messages, or do you just assume that the stop means period?
Yeah, I would have thought that, like you wrote it at the end of the message, not like with spacebar. All of these are important, and this is the only time it tells you.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay, so... Okay. I think I got it. This is less important. This is... Alright. So this is me. John Murphy. Or us, I guess.
Detective Murphy.
I want to go more this way. This is as far this way as I can go. It's like an action roll. Nope, okay.
The art style of this game is an interesting take on, Lovecraft, just in general. I like it. I don't think that I ever really foresaw Lovecraft being a pixely world to me, but having seen this one, I get what they're going for, and I like it.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm realizing is... I should give you the Steam thing so you can hear it. Great. Okay. You can hear it now?
Yes, I can. I'm back with audio.
Great. Yeah. Pretend nothing happened? Alright. So, oh no, there's a tree. Shit. There we go. Okay.
Okay, so that's the action roll. You can go over things?
Yes. No. Oh! Cigarette butts. There's a pile of cigarette filters here. McGrasty's brand. So we got info. So info is like a currency.
Okay, so when they said earlier that there was two different types of currency, I'm assuming one of them is info and the other one is just like money?
Like treasures. I know these fuckers. There we go. So the first time I played this, oh, can you just hit E? That was it. I did the punching thing on the explodey barrels, and they exploded, and I died. So it's there you go. Hey, an investigator notebook. He must have kept it when he retired. The pages have been torn out. Those are these... I don't know if the idea is that they're these pages they found. This starts out with kind of a narrative, and then it will eventually sort of spread into just do that. There we go. It will eventually just become very arcade game. Now here we go. What could be back here? Also, who has a house like this?
Yeah, I don't know anybody whose front garden is just set up to be, you know, the absolute worst thing ever.
Right? Like, because if you had people over, how would you...
Like, oh yeah, you're gonna make a left, right, 2 rights, then another left. Good luck.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything in this.
If you hit the bag fountain, you got too far.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh no.
Nope, wrong button. The corpse of one of a member of one of the secret societies or cults I've been encountering. Here we go. We can search it, or as a detective we can undress him.
Well, I mean, I feel like you're playing a detective. You have to pick that option.
The tongue has been split down the middle. Several teeth have been filed. The finger and toenails have been removed and cauterized. There's been a crudely performed partial castration. Partial. The navel has been sewn shut, and the nipples have been removed. I mean, phew. At least knowing this will make them easier to spot in the future. I feel like most of these things you can't just spot.
I was about to say, what are you gonna... Sir, pick your shirt up? No nipples and his belly button's been sewn shut. Like, what?
Pick up the damn thing. There we go. Alright. And an iron key. It's also a gun? It looks like a gun, doesn't it? I guess it's just his.
It does look like a gun.
Yeah, maybe I can't pick that up. Oh! Footprints. Several sets of footprints. There was a struggle. Doesn't look good. Man, I had detective vision like that. Okay, so they said to throw explosives. Can you not just... Maybe not. Alright. Ta-da.
That's fun. It's one hell of a way to knock on somebody's door.
Yeah, well... I had a thought and it disappeared. Here we are inside. We're enveloped...
I have a good transition for that.
Yeah. We're enveloped by the twilight and the smell of old furniture. The walls of this old mansion are thick enough and impenetrable for extraneous sounds. Walls of this mansion are thick enough. Okay. Okay. They reliably keep their secrets, and only distant rustles and your heartbeat are audible. And whatever creepy sound effects the game is going to make. Yeah, there they are. Okay.
Yeah, there they are. There's the piano. Or organ, maybe?
Ha!
Yeah, speaking of knocking on people's doors, while we were on vacation in the cabin one day, somebody walked around outside, and we were like, huh, this guy just parked like he owned the place. That's weird. And then he just, like, walked into our cabin. And, so, like, we were all in the kitchen, so we're right by the door. So we were kind of just like, hey, can we help you? And he just, like, shut the door and walked off. So we went outside, and the dude was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought this was the office. We were like, nope. No, it's not. And he was like, oh, well, I work for an ice company. Oh. Okay.
Got him.
Well, he's dead now.
Don't worry about that guy. We should back up. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Go ahead.
Well, so obviously we were very suspicious of the whole ice company thing, but looking in the back of his car, he literally had a Prius, and every bit of the back seat was just loaded full of posters for this ice company. But the question is who just walks into a cabin, even if you think it's the lodge? Like, why wouldn't you just knock?
Maybe he'd been there before. He knew the guy. we should preface this. So part of the reason why I'm playing is because Ryan had a fun adventure that he's going to tell us about during the boring bits.
Yeah, I'm gonna sprinkle in some interesting stories from the trip. I've been gone for about 2 weeks, and I have a couple fun ones, varying from miserable hikes to mosquitoes that could carry us off, all the way to explaining what a Cleveland steamer is. So that's a story for a different website. But
there you go. Meanwhile, we have a woman statue, an incongruous statue of a kneeling woman, as if she was protecting herself from her attackers. I have news for you, old man. That's a dab. Right?
yeah, I think so.
I guess we'll take a closer look. She looks terrified. It's unnervingly realistic, like a tiny three-dimensional photograph. The proportions are perfect. When I get very close, I could swear I can feel her shallow breath on my skin.
Am I the only one that thinks it's kind of ironic that he's describing a statue as a three-dimensional photograph, as though, like, that's not exactly what they are?
Well, I mean, but the point is, it's not a sculpture; it's a photo. And she's. Yeah. I hope yeah. Sorry if I'm being Captain Obvious here. She's been turned to stone by something.
Yeah,
it's a real person.
Certainly.
Oh, there we go. I don't know if there's any point to that.
But you can do it.
And why would you not? Also, speaking of, like, who has a house like this? Is it freaking... Can you see that this map? Come on. Alright. Even
housing
in...
layout's pretty...
Actually, especially in Massachusetts. So I live in Massachusetts, and there's no room in Massachusetts. Like, if this was a real house in Massachusetts, like... Whoops. Like, 3 families would be living in each of these blocks. Anyways, oh my, a humming
crisis.
Yeah, a hummingbird. Well, we're socialists, so it's not that bad. We're just, capitalism packs us in like that. I could pause for a while to enjoy it, or I don't have time for this. What do you think?
The animal lover in me says enjoy it, but I also feel like it's a hummingbird. Like, what are we going to gain anything from this? Like, it's not a parrot. It's not going to tell us something.
Such a tiny thing. It's so beautiful. You regain part of your sanity.
There was a point.
These can have things. There we go. Silver key. And a book in an unknown language.
And a Lovecraft story? That can't be good.
And a book with pictures.
My favorite kind.
So these are things that we can sell, I think. There's also a hand.
Yeah, you found that in a big pile of bones.
Kind of unsurprising, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's a thing. A decrepit-looking boiler. Doesn't seem very safe.
Yeah, doesn't seem very safe. I feel like we should leave it, but also, what are you going to find inside other than another human hand?
YOLO! When I opened it for a split second, I heard what I thought was a scream. But maybe it was just a hiss of steam. Oh no. They're the charred remains of human hand bones. Oh, you guessed it right. Still clasped together as if in prayer. What happened here? We freaking think... There we go. We lost part of our sanity. So you were right the first time. One of these bars... Because this is health.
That's health.
This was stamina. Yeah. Maybe it's this. It'll display our sanity slowly escaping us.
Makes sense.
Medkit treasure. A roaring fire. Usually I find these comforting, but there's something hungry about this blaze. Looking for...
Timing on that was beautiful.
Right? What do you want to do?
Well, let's do the detective thing. Let's check it out. See if we can find some more hands.
This fireplace appears to have been used to burn documents. I can't make out much of the fragments of paper, but there are a few names and locations which might help in my investigation. I'll make a note of. Alright, so that's just going to be info.
Yep.
So basically, yeah. It's just
General
currency.
stuff is just going to be info currency.
Yeah, it's all just very... It's got that kind of narrative gloss, but it's all still very, like, arcade game. There you go. The identification tags might be important. Engraved with the name Daniel Morris. You get a feeling of invulnerability when you touch them. Oh. So that's a use item. Okay. A voodoo idol. This idol has a head with the form of an octopus. How strange, and in a Lovecraft game? Who would have thought? I guess this game is turning out to be more interesting than we thought it would be.
Yeah.
So you went to Michigan on your vacation.
I did. We went to the Upper Peninsula. If anybody knows where this is, we were up by Whitefish Point, which is one of the highest spots in Michigan, minus that entire other peninsula that's way higher.
Ah.
And good thing you brought this shotgun.
Yes,
we went up there. We went hiking a couple days and everything. Unfortunately, the day we got there, we were informed that it was the week after the bugs come out, and it was bug season. And I'm from Georgia, if you guys didn't know, and we have pretty bad mosquitoes here. That being said, I don't think I've ever seen mosquitoes that bad in my entire life.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Do you know any direction that you want to go in?
Well, I figured we were kind of running along the top edge, so let's go up and just see if we can kind of round out the perimeter of this place.
Got it.
But yeah, we had a pretty long hike. It was about 4.5 miles. We ate a nice lunch afterwards, or dinner, depending on what time you guys normally eat. And then we had to go back and get the car. So me and one of my other friends, what we thought was smartly decided that it would be a better idea to go back down the road instead of through the trail where there was mosquitoes. We were like, yeah, there's mosquitoes back there. It was kind of swampy. We'll just take the road. Well, that was a mistake. The road was worse by a lot. Luckily, about 2.5 miles down the road is where we were staying, so we stopped there for about 10 minutes and absolutely bathed in bug spray. And it was funny because I remembered that feeling of desperation as I was like running a 1/4 mile at a time and then stopping and being like, all right, I think I'm good, and then just being swarmed immediately by mosquitoes, because towards the end of the trip, looking down the road, there was 2 people running, just swinging bags around their heads.
Oh, yeah.
And I came outside and was like, do you guys want bug spray? And the guy was like, no, we're good. And I was like, you don't look good. And he's like, I'm fine. And he kept running. And I was just like, why? I was like, I would have taken the bug spray, man. Like, I was offering to give you a half a can of bug spray. Just take it.
Michigan, man. Well, maybe it's watching out for the environment. So here's a table with a model. Gracious. It's a perfect little model of this very area. With a little model of me in there, too. That's terrifying. How on earth did someone make that knowing I'd be here? Ah, there's the car. It's amazing, odd, but amazing and beautiful. Detective, I should put my hand in and knock stuff over. Or I should leave it.
I feel like the detective in this case is just a child. I am also a child at heart, so knock some stuff over and see what happens. Yep, that'll do it.
Ta-da. Oh yeah, we're going up.
Yeah, I want to try to perimeter this place and see what we get.
There's something, I think mosquitoes really do get like bigger as you get farther north.
They are certainly much larger in Michigan than I have ever seen them in Georgia.
Small handmade cloth doll wearing stitched clothes which look just like mine. There's a set of beautiful hand-carved pins next to it, and a little gap in the doll's seams where some stuffing poked out. I should poke the stuffing back in. I should use a pin to pin the doll back together. Or I should leave it alone.
I feel like the smart move is to leave it alone, but I also feel like it'd be way cooler to pin it back together and then see if that affects something later.
I don't think that my guess is that this would like restore your health, but we haven't actually lost health yet.
I don't know, but I did notice before we got into this dialogue document, or dialogue screen, whatever, the sanity meter, or the sanity on the upper left-hand corner, like you could see veins like growing across different stuff. You can definitely see a difference.
So you think poke it back in or pin it back together?
I don't know, pin it back together.
With the pin?
Yeah, let's see.
Ow, my side.
That'll do it.
Didn't help. Yay, there's the sanity. So I think actually we're going to quick travel. Yes. Well, we just quick travel to the next one. Alright.
That's it for this adventure. Tune in next time for more.